Luis Alberto Lopez versus Reiya Abe. 12 rounds for Lopez's IBF featherweight title. Let's get into it. Let's start with Lopez. 29 wins, 2 losses, 16 wins by way of knockout. Lopez has made a name for himself as this guy who goes into other people's home country and come out on top. He did it against Isaac Lowe, did it against Josh Warrington and Mick Conlan. It seems like he likes being the away fighter, coming into people's home country and disrupting things, right? We've covered Lopez a few times on the channel already, and every time I see him fight, I think the same thing, like, yo, like, what type of style is this guy doing inside of the ring? What is this, these movements, these angles? Like, yo, what am I watching right now? If you've seen some of the videos that I've done of Lopez before, I'm going to echo the same thing. He's hard to plan for, because when you think you have him, he comes at you from these different angles, these unconventional angles and stances and punches, and it knocks you off of your rhythm and your cadence and your flow. Lopez will run at you with his chin up high in full speed, right? And he'll be throwing combinations simultaneously at the same time. It's hard for his opponents to counter him because you're worried about what he's putting your way, what he's hitting you with, what is coming your way. When you have someone who is running at you, lunging at you, and he's punching left, right, you're like, wait a minute, I can't duck and weave all of them and return fire. I just got to pick one. Either I'm going to get hit and possibly counter him, or I'm going to evade and not get hit. So he mixes up the way how he comes at you, and it's not an orthodox type of style. It's not conventional. It's different when you're fighting Lopez. He's got power in his shots. He's confident. And even when he looks wild, he's calm, right? He's got a good chin, and his style works for him. Everybody can't get away with some of the stuff that he can do. And with his style, man, he seems to continue to improve doing that same thing, right? Like, he'll loop shots in from angles and not lose his balance. He'll lunge forward and not lose his balance. He'll put both of his hands on his knees and look up and stare at you. And then just as quickly as it seems like he's not taking the fight seriously, boom, he turns it on and he finds a way to get through his shots. His jab isn't the most technically sound movement either, but it works. You know what I'm saying? He pushes that through like a lever and he follows it up with combinations, you know? So he's got that level of unpredictability about him, and he knows how to use it to his advantage. In his most recent fight, he fought Joet Gonzalez. You know what it looked like to me, man? It looked like Lopez was kind of just going through the motions a little bit, right? He didn't look really phased throughout the fight. He looked like he was able to get his shots off really whenever he kind of wanted to. There was a round, I think it was the 8th or the 9th round, where Lopez willingly laid on the ropes, and Gonzalez was letting off different shots. Now, they weren't power shots, but they were small, like jabs and flurries. I don't know if he was worried about what might come back at him, because he didn't really capitalize when he had Lopez there, or when Lopez willingly was there, but it was just constant shots. And it was like 8 punches in a row. And Lopez just didn't do anything. He kind of just watched, covered up, and just let him get his shots off. After Gonzalez let off his shots, then Lopez put forth a 3-piece combination and got off the ropes and reset his feet, and then turned the fight back into his favor to close out the round, man. So it was an interesting fight. Now, the other interesting part was the scorecard. The scorecards had 119 to 110. Another judge had it 117, 111, and then the last judge had it 116, 112. I thought the 116 and 112 was probably the more accurate score, but I'm not mad at the other two judges as well, too. Joet Gonzalez couldn't get Lopez out of character, right? Warrington frustrated Lopez, and you could see it. Warrington frustrated Lopez with the physicality, all these different things, right? Like the headbutts and tying up and the little elbows here and there. You have to do something to frustrate Lopez, because he does make mistakes. He's already coming in with an unconventional approach, right? So if you can frustrate him and make him make more mistakes and take more risks, you'll be able to capitalize and let your shots off and counter him coming in, right? So even though Lopez did win that fight against Joet Gonzalez, man, I felt like he was kind of, again, just going through the motions. Didn't really seem like he was too excited for the fight to me. He just looked like he was doing what he needed to do to get the job done. You know, after the fight was announced and the winner, Joet Gonzalez, man, he had a cut underneath his eye. Like his face was bruised up, right? But Gonzalez almost looked unblemished. He got touched up, yes, he got hit cleanly, but his face didn't really take too much damage from my perspective and my point of view, right? So again, going to be interesting to see the excitement of Lopez that we get in this fight. I thought his fight against Joet Gonzalez was a good fight. It wasn't a great fight to me, but it was a fight where it looked like he was just going through the motion. So I'm expecting him to turn things up a notch in his first fight of 2024. Let's talk about his opponent, Reiya Abe. 25 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, and 10 wins by way of knockout. Abe has fought most of his fights in Japan, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong in this one. I think all of his fights have been in Japan. Correct me if I'm wrong in that. So this fight is not in Japan. So it's going to be different. It's a different feelings. And when you are not at home in your comfortable state, there are challenges from a psychological standpoint that comes with this fight. Talking about the environment's different, the air is different, how you train, where you maneuver is different because you're not in familiar territory anymore. The food is different, the atmosphere, the lights, you aren't in your comfort zone. Those are things that may seem small, man, but they definitely add up when it is on fight night. But here's something to keep in mind. Lopez has lost 2 fights, right? Abraham Montoya in 2018 and Ruben Villa in 2019. Villa was a southpaw and Abe is a southpaw, right? I don't know fully how many southpaws Lopez has fought. I know Mick Conlan is a mix of orthodox ounce and southpaw. He's kind of a switch hitter. And, you know, Lopez didn't have too much problems with Mick Conlan at all, but it's just something to keep in mind. Last year, Abe fought Kiko Martinez, and I thought Abe did a good job of not getting sucked into Kiko Martinez's fight, right? Martinez is known to be a guy to change things with the right hand, whether it's a looping right hand over the top or some type of right hand connection. And so if you can control the aggressiveness and what Martinez wants to make into that brawling fight, then, you know, there's a good chance you are going to beat him, right? If you can control it, fight your fight and not get sucked into fighting his fight, box on the outside, be effective and efficient, slip and move and counter, there's a good chance you are going to beat Kiko Martinez, especially at this stage in his career, because he's not as fast as he once was. He's a little bit slower. The movement, he's very predictable. It's heavy pressure right in front of your face. He's got a good chin, right? And so he's a guy that will make you pay in moments, in spurts. And if you can stay away from the right hand of Martinez and not get in trouble, man, you'll be able to control the fight. And I thought Abe did a great job of staying disciplined throughout the fight. You know, it seemed like he could not miss with that left hand, right? Southpaw, he's setting up that right hand, jabbing, boom, come through with the straight hand left down the middle, or he would loop it in as well too. There were moments throughout that fight where Abe did get caught with the right hand of Kiko Martinez, but it wasn't too much where he was phased with it entirely. When he did get caught, he would do the smart thing. He would move out of the way and reset himself, or he would tie up and get himself out of danger. He wasn't just going to come in and engage with Kiko Martinez, because Martinez is the more physically grueling fighter, right? So for him, I thought Abe did a great job of staying disciplined and just outbox Kiko Martinez. And when the moment was there, man, you took advantage of it, pushed that left hand through. He's got decent pop in his shots. He's got accuracy. And so he was able to have his way because he was disciplined and he did not neglect the jab. And he's got the youth on his side as well, too. He was just quicker, sharper, and just all around that night better version that he was fighting of Kiko Martinez, man. So Kiko had his moments, but at that stage in his career, he didn't have enough energy creativity and variety in his bag to really change the trajectory of the fight. I thought Abe fought well. So he's going to be looking to make a bigger name for himself against the champion, right? This is his title shot opportunity. So he's going to need to leave everything inside of the ring to come out on top. He's fighting for a belt, and I'm expecting the best version of him. And I thought against Martinez, yes, he fought a disciplined fight, but if he was losing that fight, man, he would have needed to take more risk. Would he have done that and take the risk, even if there's a possibility that he could get clipped with the right hand? We'll see. Could he have done that? He didn't need to, but perhaps he will need to take that risk against Lopez. Martinez landed a nice straight hand and some uppercuts that were very, very clean and flush on Abe's chin, but he took it well, made the right adjustments, controlled the range, and got himself back into the fight, back into good standing, gained back the momentum, and really controlled the whole fight when he fought Kiko Martinez. So he makes good adjustments. But how will he fare against a guy like Lopez? So who wins? I'm curious as to how Abe is going to use his physical advantages to his advantage. He's got the height advantage. I'm assuming the reach advantage. I couldn't find that. Can he control the range as well as he did against Kiko Martinez? Lopez is a smaller guy, 5'4", so he has to be able to close the gap, but he has to find ways to get in and get his shots off. So can Abe keep the distance? Can he control it? Can he counter when Lopez misses and looks a little bit wild? Lopez gets hit, but can you hit him enough times to discourage him, to frustrate him, to get underneath his skin? Right? Get him out of character. How will Abe handle the angles of Lopez, the wildness of Lopez, the combinations that come with that controlled wildness? Can he handle the body shots? Obviously on the night, we'll see. But I like Lopez to win this fight by some type of stoppage, man. The body shots Kiko Martinez landed on Abe, man, that hurt him, right? That took the air out of him when they did land, because he was on the back foot retreating, getting out of the way to reset himself. And anytime that you are retreating from an in-close range fight, when you just got hit, there's a good chance it hurts you, and you got to catch your breath again, and you got to find different ways how to maneuver in the fight. I also thought, Martinez was a little bit predictable when they fought as well, too. Lopez is an unpredictable fighter. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that is a strength of his. And I think with his unconventional approach, Lopez will find the right openings at the right time. And I think he will wear Abe down. But again, if Abe plays it safe, uses his jab and his length, he could do enough to possibly cause the upset in this fight. But I like Lopez to win this fight by stoppage. What are your thoughts on this fight? Who do you have winning this one? Let me know in the comment section below. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a couple ways that you can do so. You can like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to support by way of donation, you can find options in the description below. Also, my Cash App handle will be on screen as well. Any amount goes towards the growth of this channel. It will be greatly, greatly appreciated. Shout out to all the members holding out the membership section. I appreciate each of you as well. Shout out to everybody that continues to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Man, we're at 5,000 subscribers now. It is love and appreciation for each of you. So with all that being said, if you've been watching the video this time, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, and we'll definitely see you next time.